All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks for jumping on with us today. My name is Stephen Miller. So glad to be here with you in this amazing Connect community. Just love being here with you all. Let's go ahead and throw in the chat where you are calling in from. Would love to see kind of where we are chiming in here from around the world. And as always, do a little bit of a roll call here. We've got South Carolina in the house, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Los Angeles. I guess that's sending love to the family in Los Angeles. Absolutely. Huge love and safety to everyone in the Los Angeles area, anyone affected by the fires, of course. Let's see, we've got Brisbane, Australia here. We've got West Palm Beach, Florida. We've got Virginia, Wisconsin, New York, Seattle, South Wales, Australia. See, Serbia, welcome. Bangladesh, St. Petersburg, Florida, Cleveland, Ohio, Decula, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, some more Bangladesh, Grovetown, Georgia, some more Georgia there, Marietta, the Gold Coast, Louisiana. We've got some more Bangladesh there in the house. Love it. South Carolina, Alabama. Let's see here. We've got South Carolina, Italy, Brisbane, Missouri, Canada. Let's see here. Is that Goulburn? Is that New South Wales? Or is that what I'm saying? Is that what I'm seeing? Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Dallas, Music City, Nashville, Denver, New Jersey, Virginia, some more New Jersey, Bangladesh, Utah, Florida, Washington, Fort Lauderdale, Bangladesh, Tampa, Florida, some more Bangladesh, Western Australia, UK, more Bangladesh, Netherlands. We got Colorado Springs in the house, Uppsala, Sweden, nice. We got Tennessee, Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, Netherlands, Alabama, Virginia, Bangladesh, Gold Coast, California, more Bangladesh, Chicago, Georgia, Texas, Netherlands, Virginia, Dallas, Ohio, Brisbane, more and more Bangladesh, Mexico. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if I've seen a whole lot of Mexico in the past. That's great. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Palm Bay, Florida, Utah, New Jersey, Georgia, Vegas, a whole bunch more Bangladesh, Dallas, Melbourne, Philadelphia, Quebec, Washington, Netherlands, Louisiana, Orlando, and Dallas. And I think that is just about everybody. Friends, as always, we've got our disclaimers here up on the screen. Make sure you pay attention to those. Take a screenshot of those. You're welcome to read those later on. But there are, of course, some important points that we always want to cover. Go ahead and go to the next screen there. And so just to kind of review here, this presentation may contain some forward-looking statements. We make no earnings claims, nor do we give any financial advice. The digital rewards are for utility. DYOR, or do your own research, always important there. And the information that's provided is for educational purposes. The nodes and the blockchains are governed by the DGF, or the Distributed Governance Framework. And that wraps it up for, I guess, our housekeeping items. We'll go ahead and turn the time over to you, Jim. Thanks for being on.
Thank you, Stephen. It's great to see you on here. It's great to see everybody on here. And as Stephen started off, obviously a lot of people's lives were disrupted over the last week. And I've been talking to people. I'm from California originally. I happen to be down here in Puerto Rico right now. Allie, did you make it down to Puerto Rico? I knew you were flying down here.
I did. I flew in and I got here safely.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I was, de-icing a plane. I wasn't doing it, but they were de-icing the plane as I was leaving Utah the other day. On my way down, I was watching, obviously, the California, because I've been there for 30 years. And man, it is, if you've never seen what a town or a city looks like after that kind of devastation, you can't describe it. And the media cannot do it justice. I was at the Paradise Fires just a couple of weeks after they had stopped all the smoldering. I met with the fire chief and the mayor, and they walked me through the town, and it was devastating. So anything that we can do to send love, send prayer, send resources, send money, whatever it is, to anybody you know in that area, I highly encourage you to do that, because we're in some disruptive times. How many of you would agree that, and again, we're just talking about California, but I mean, we've had floods and we've had fires and we've had all kinds of crazy things. We're in disruptive times. And one of the reasons we're doing this call tonight is that most of us here have bought into this vision and this mission that we want to build these impact blockchains. We want to go out and make a difference in the world. How many of you are here partly because you want to benefit, right? But you also want to make an impact in the world. If that's you, type it into the chat. You want to have a positive impact. And you realize that there's certain things that humanity's been doing that we need to change, right? We've got to change our energy sources. We've got to change our food sources. We've got to change a lot of things, our healthcare systems, all these things, right? So we're all here for impact. And that's part of why we're running this call tonight. And we're launching the 90-day challenge coming up, because we can't go out and change the world if we ourselves aren't willing and ready to change some things about our lives, to change the way we think, to change the way we feel, and change the way we act. How many of you agree that for you to really have a different result in life, you've got to change something internally first? How many of you would agree with that? Type it into the chat if you agree that, yep, change starts with me. And if I can get myself to make these little changes that add up over time, I can make big changes in my life, in my finances, in my health, and in my world. Okay, so that principle is something that I started looking into deeply about 20 years ago, almost 19 years ago. I started looking at what does it truly take to change someone's behavior? How many of you know about this concept or this term that within 2 weeks after the New Year's, people set these health goals, within 2 weeks after New Year's, that second Friday is the day when most people stop their New Year's resolutions. They stop doing the actions that they had been doing yep, you got it. Somebody named it. It's called Quitter's Day. It literally has been named Quitter's Day. It's the second Friday of the month after the new year. Now think about this, not this group, but how many of you know people who set goals and don't follow through? Because I know you all achieve all your goals, right? But how many of you know other people that don't achieve all their goals? Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about that. We're going to actually go through a little process here. I want you to grab a pen and paper, and I want you to block this time out for you. Okay, I want you to really, every one of us, even our team is planning on playing this challenge. I'm going to share some great news about the challenge. This challenge, and I'm just going to give you the goods up front. This challenge is something that I've been running in my impact companies. Some of our companies have done billions of dollars. Some of them we've taken public. We're now bringing this into Connect because it does a couple things. Number one, it gets everybody to focus on what's most important to them, their happiness, their health, and their wealth. Number two, when you have hundreds or thousands of people that are all taking action every day to improve their lives, it actually improves the culture of our missions, our projects. And so we've decided that Connect is going to cover the cost for as many people who want to play this game as possible. All right. Now, normally this game sells for $2,495 for 90 days. I'm going to explain how it works. I'm going to explain everything about it. But if you're watching this live, or you are watching a recording because somebody sent you here, just know that you are blessed, right? And you are part of our impact mission. So we're doing this because we want more people to know who we are, what we stand for, and that we truly want people to invest in their lives. So together we can go out and change the world. All those in favor of doing that, say aye in the chat. Give me a positive aye. I want to be happier, healthier, wealthier. I want to help some other people do the same thing. All right. So this is going to be a workshop style. I'm going to walk you through some things that it takes to actually create positive change in your life, starting immediately. I'm going to give you 3 key concepts that I discovered after years of helping do this inside of our companies, right? So the number one goal is happiness, health, and wealth. All right. Think about this. Type in your goals. Everybody type in your goals right now into the chat. Type something in that you know you want to achieve in the next 90 days to 365 days. Right? So if you want to lose 10 pounds, or you want to gain some muscle, or you want to, stop alcohol, or you want to start eating more health food, right? It's more live organic foods. Type that in. If you want to make more money, if you want to pay off debt, if you want to purchase a home, if you want to make some investments, type that into the chat. Let us see the types of things that are important to you, the things you're wanting or you're dreaming about, or maybe you've even set some goals. You want to be more consistent with exercise, right? You want to reach a certain weight. Okay. You want to pay off some debt. These are pretty typical things. If you want to plan a trip with your friends or family, right? If you want to take them around the world, whatever it is, right? We aren't editing right now. We're just in the creation side. So type this in. There's no right and there's no wrong. This is personal to you. So the first step is giving yourself permission to dream. What do I want in my life? Now, how many of you noticed that most of the things that are typed into the chat, most of the goals that I've been reading off here, like, buy another property, reach $1 million, pay off debt, whatever it is, right? These goals all fall into these three categories: happiness, health, and wealth. And I know this because I've been, helping tens of thousands of people in our companies and out in the world set and achieve goals in 90 days or less. And there's a specific reason why 90 days, right? 90 days is short enough that you can focus, but it's, it's not so long that you lose track of what you're actually doing and get distracted. Okay. So you can achieve results. Here's the other key. You can't do this on your own. All right. This is a game where you, bare minimum, are going to have an accountability partner, but you may also have a team of people. You may have 3, 4, 5, 10 people. You may have 100 people that you want to bring through, or thousands of people you want to bring through this challenge once you hear what it's actually about and what it can do for your life. And we're going to give you that opportunity. But the key to success is never do it on your own. Every single thing you're going to do is faster, easier, and more fun if you have the right team in place to help you do that, right? Okay. Cool. And I love some of these install solar, launch a ministry. These are fantastic goals. Those are awesome. Thanks for sharing. Now, do me a favor. Think about this. Why do you think the number one reason people don't succeed is? If you know the goal, you know where you're going. How many of you would agree that some things get in our way and cause us to lose focus on it because of so many distractions? How many of you feel like in today's day and age, we have more distractions than we've ever had before? I was just telling somebody yesterday, I'm like, you know what? Just in communication apps alone, I've got people sending me stuff on WhatsApp, on Signal, on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger, sending me text messages, sending me emails, making phone calls. That's just one category of distractions. So how many of you notice, and then we've got what, Slack and all these other things. How many of you notice that there's more ways to be distracted today than ever before? It's so hard for us to maintain focus, especially on our goals, unless everything is removed from our lives. So the poor people that are struggling right now with, the fires in California, right? They've only got one thing. First is to survive. And number two, how do I rebuild my life? How do I start over if I've lost everything, right? Especially if I've lost some loved ones. So this is some of the things that we're going to talk about, because those of us who aren't dealing with that right now, we're in an opportunity to improve our lives and potentially help those people also improve theirs. And we're going to talk about how we can do that. All right. So here's the deal. You know you're in the right place if what? You know you're in the right place if you want a more balanced life, if you want to be happier, healthier, and wealthier. I played the wealthy game for many years, right? And I did create some wealth, but at the cost of my health and my happiness. And then I realized something really cool. If I put my happiness first in my day, I already win the day. And then I make sure my health happens. I've double won the day. And then the rest of the day, I can focus on wealth. What's really interesting is I've done this with 20,000 people. And when we track the performance of people who do a happy action, a healthy action, and a wealthy action every day, just 3, they actually create more wealth. They become more prosperous because their vibration, their energy is better. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Like when you've been on a roll, you've been excited, you've been doing things you enjoy, it makes it more fun for you to do the things that also create wealth. All right. And how many of you felt the opposite when you've been in the grind and just focus on the wealthy game at the cost of your happiness or health? That's a diminishing return on your investment. You guys know what I'm talking about? How many of you have experienced that? All right. Now, it seems like common sense when I'm laying this out, but what do most people do? They grind. They play the wealthy game, and it's actually a losing proposition. The second thing is, how many of you have noticed that nowadays, right, a lot of people are having trouble staying focused. They're way too busy. That's because they're not able to prioritize. We've been programmed to try to take all this in and to multitask, and it's costing us our sanity, and it's actually costing us our performance. So we're going to talk about how do you focus on what's most important, and everything else can fade away. Number 3, you're in the right place if you've invested in personal growth, but it didn't necessarily work for you the way you want it. How many of you bought books, tapes, courses, and seminars? Type it into the chat. How many of you have done that before, right? You've invested in yourself. You know it's the right thing to do, but for whatever reason, and I listen, for years, I worked with Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor, and all these guys are great friends of mine. We built businesses together, not just like, I went to their events, but we actually built companies together. And something really interesting happened. I noticed we had thousands of people coming into live events, and they get pumped up, they get motivated, they get clear on what they wanted, and they would swear to the world that they're going to go out and change everything about their lives. right? But it's actually not tangible. It's not provable. What ends up happening is within 1 to 2 weeks, most of those people go back to their what? Their old behaviors. And I'm going to share with you tonight 3 reasons why, so you can start changing this tonight. Instantly, you can change the things that are keeping you from reaching your goals. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah. It's the warm bath effect. Greg Rex knows this, right? It's the warm bath. It's like stepping into a hot bath or shower. And the moment you step out, guess what happens? You cool off. So I don't care if you're walking on fire or you're breaking arrows on your neck or you're walking on top of glass, that is going to fade within a couple of weeks or a couple of days. But we've discovered that there are 4% of people, right, out of the 100%, 4% that have the ability to implement and to achieve those goals. 96% of the people don't implement their goals. They don't stay consistent enough. So we're going to show you how to do that. All right. And then, of course, if you're looking to improve a life that's already working, congratulations. You're going to pick up some tools, some pearls, some nuggets that are going to help you take. Maybe you're playing at the level of mastery already. Maybe you're in repair and recovery. This game was designed. It doesn't matter where you are in life. And by the way, we all go through these different stages, right? There's times where I lived in a bomb shelter for a year. I was in repair and recovery. I was living off of credit cards. The worst part wasn't my financial, challenges. It was that I was spiritually broke. I didn't know why I was here. I didn't know what my purpose was. And then it hit me. I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to change my life and help the world change. And so that led me from one company to the next to the next. And we built multiple impact companies that have helped people in, move to clean energy. We've helped people. I'm not going to go into all details now because this isn't about me, but I'm here to share with you. If you already have a life that's working, this will help you. If you need help to go from repair and recovery to the next stage, this is why we're here. All right. So real quick, my name is Jim Bunch. If you've never met me before, I know many of you have, but if somebody sent you here, you've never met me. That little kid that's on my shoulders there, that's about 4 years old, just went away to college. And that's why my wife and I have now moved from San Diego, where we've spent 30 years on the beach raising, our family, the last 18 with him there. He now went away to college, and we're entering into the next stage of our life. So we're beginning to do more travel and more contribution work. And we're also building Connect, the world's first social impact platform. And we couldn't be more excited about it. So we've moved down here to Puerto Rico for half the year, warmer waters and no taxes, and just going to be an absolute blast. So I'm on a mission to inspire happiness, health, and wealth worldwide. And we're going to do this together, starting with you. I promise you, by the end of this, you will know exactly what you need to do, because here's my goals for tonight. Number one, I'm going to share 3 secrets to creating happiness, health, and wealth. So grab your pen, grab your paper, right? If you think you know all this already, I get you to question whether you actually know everything. Okay. If you already knew everything you were supposed to learn while you're here on this planet, you'd already be gone. You would have returned your bits back to the universe, and you would just be nothing but source or spirit or whatever you want to call it, right? But we're still here. We're still here to learn, and there's always something that we can do to learn. Number two, I'm going to give you some tangible ideas and strategies. I already mentioned that. And we're going to introduce you to this coaching game, this challenge that you are going to get to take for no charge. The only requirement, I'll tell you right up front, is you have to have a Connect wallet. All right. So if you don't know what that is, somebody who invited you here will actually give you a $500 Connect wallet for free. It'll connect you to the blockchain, which is one of our missions, is to connect the world to the blockchain and then reward people for actually taking actions to improve their life and helping us change the world. How cool is that? Yes, this should be recorded. I hope this, can the team type in the chat and let me know if this is being recorded? I just want to make sure right now that this is being recorded. It's supposed to be awesome. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that's the goal. That's what we're up to right now. So type it in the chat right now. Why are you actually here? All right. Now I know somebody invited you, right? Maybe they're me, maybe somebody on the Connect team, maybe somebody else invited you, but why do you think you're here? Inside of you, you may be saying something to yourself like, maybe there's something I want to change. Maybe there's something I want to improve. Maybe there's some things I want to eliminate in my life. Type it into the chat. Why do you think that you're here? Right? Learn new ideas, make a difference, to be connected, right? The brand name is Connect. We all want to connect. Okay. What else? Yeah, you're ready to learn. You want to upgrade. I love it, Ange. Awesome. Yeah, freedom. right? There's 4 freedoms: time, location, financial, and inner freedom. We're going to teach that in the next 9 weeks. How do you design or craft your life so that you gain more freedom every single day? Not at the end of the quarter or year, but every day you create more freedom in your life. Self-improvement, growth. Awesome. These are fantastic reasons. I'm glad you're here, right? Now, type in, what are your goals? You already did this once. But goal setting is a process, right? You fine tune it, you tweak it. I'm going to teach you in a moment some of the things that we've discovered about people who consistently set and achieve goals that inspire them instead of expire them, right? Ready to improve your life. Being retired isn't fulfilling, right? It sounds fun in the beginning, but without purpose, right? People fade. We know that. All right, so if you stay to the end, here's what I can promise you. Number one, we're going to give you a free gift. Everybody who's on this is going to get something. Whether you're here live or recorded, you are going to get something, okay? All right, number two, and by the way, the way to do this if you're live, we are capturing who is here. We will put up a pop-up banner for those of you who are not here live with a link to fill in, and all you got to do is join the challenge, and every single one of you is going to earn the gift I'll share at the end. Number two, we want you to have more energy, we want you to be more productive, and we want you to be at least 3 times more creative. That's what being happy does. It's scientifically proven, and we want you to start your pathway to happiness, health, and wealth today. All right? So, sound good? All those in favor of earning something just for being here and learning, say aye. Good. Yes, please. I love that. Fantastic. We have a courteous group here. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to share a couple of stories we go through about some real people who transform. I'll probably skip through these really fast, but these are people just like you and me. They're average people, people who at one point said, I want to improve, I want to change, I want to do something different in my life. These are just a handful of over 20,000 people that we have tracked their 90 days, and we've gotten tangible results in over 55 countries. Now, I know that Connect has people in over 160 countries, and here's what the deal is. If we can get everybody in every country to play this game, we will be at the first stage of helping humanity shift towards a new direction of happiness, health, and wealth. And then we get to educate people on our impact projects. What are the actual projects that we're doing in the world to shift the world to clean energy? What are we doing to shift us to clean, healthy, organic food, trackable food on the blockchain? What are we doing to shift telecommunications? What are we doing to shift the mining industry? If you're watching this on a phone or a computer, did you realize that inside of every single one of the devices that we buy, there are rare earth elements like gold that are being mined by children in third world countries at gunpoint? We're a part of the problem. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I got an Apple Watch, I got a phone, I got a computer. I didn't even know this until recently. But I believe if we all focus on improving our lives and we become a community of people in every single country around the world who stands for something, who stands for purpose, who stands for impact missions, we together will be the genesis of a new way of doing life on this planet. New energy, new food, new healthcare, new mining, new banking, right? You have some brand presidents on here who have started impact blockchain projects that every single day they're out sharing the vision and mission and the blockchain. We here at Connect want to connect humanity to the blockchain in a fun, easy way. And we want to reward people with digital rewards, right? Digital rewards just for being a part of our mission. Okay? Cool. So I'm going to skip through some of these really fast. Normally I go a little deeper into this, but this is a gal who came and played this challenge probably about 15 years ago, Lori Geisey. Amazing turnaround in her health. She was not working out. She felt like she was lethargic, had no energy, was overweight. She started the challenge and for 90 days consistently started her own health routine. And this is her at a mud run that we did together. She was the only person in our group that actually made it across these, including myself. I didn't even make it across. She made it across. She transformed her health in 90 days. It was incredible. All right. So here's the 3 things that I've discovered. Number one, most people have the wrong strategy for creating happiness, health, and wealth. What's the opposite of happy, healthy, and wealthy? It's being unhappy, sick, and broke. Type into the chat if you think most humans have mastered HHW, happy, healthy, wealthy, or if most humans mastered unhappy, sick, and broke. What do you think the results are that most of humanity is producing right now? HHW or USB? USB. Most of humanity has been programmed. We've been indoctrinated. We've been trained to not be happy, healthy, and wealthy. The school system doesn't teach this. The internet's definitely not teaching this. You're not seeing this on mainstream media. They're teaching people how to be unhappy, sick, and broke. And we've got to break that trance. We've got to break that pattern. Okay. Number two, trying to change at the action level instead of at the belief or subconscious level is a mistake. Okay. It is almost impossible for most of people to make a decision and consistently do that action over and over again, right? Unless the subconscious changes. And if it changes too fast, it ends up going back to the old behavior. Think about working out. How many of you started a workout program or seen somebody start a workout program and then within what? Within a couple of weeks, right? They're taking the actions, they're going to the gym, right? But within a couple of weeks, what happens? The old programming, the doubt, the fear, the anxiety, right? The ill will shows up and they go back to their old behaviors. I'm going to share with you why. Yeah, consistency is difficult until what? Until it becomes a habit. The moment it becomes a habit, it's operating at the subconscious. You don't have to remind yourself. You don't even have to force yourself. You only have to force yourself to do the thing until you want to do the thing. The moment it becomes a habit, you want to do it. You're on autopilot. Okay. So that's the key, right? Now, here's the deal. Too many people are trying to use willpower to change. They're trying to force themselves to eat differently, force themselves to exercise, force themselves to make more money or be better with their finances. If it's not programmed in, it's not going to work. So I'm going to ask for your permission through the 90-day challenge to share with you some tools and technologies to let you start to change your habits. All right. I'm not going to do it for you. You're going to do it. And we're going to start small. You're only going to take 3 actions a day. How many of you right now are taking 300 actions a day? Right. Not just 3. I'm just going to ask you to focus on 3 actions a day, but do it consistently Monday through Friday for 90 days. When you do that, about 3 to 4 weeks in, your subconscious will shift. You'll either have a breakdown or a breakthrough. We have some tools and technology in place to help you have the breakthrough instead of the breakdown. That's what we're doing. And we've proved this out on thousands and thousands of people. All right. I already asked you this question. Most of you said I've invested in personal growth. Greg said the hot bath effect. That's because Greg has played this game. Greg and I partnered on this game many, many years ago. He used the same exact structure we're teaching you here to actually take another company and use the same types of principles and help them, thousands and thousands of people, become happier, healthier, and wealthier, right? So cool. Another gal, Jen Thoden. Jen had just gotten a divorce. She had 2 young children. She had a full-time job, and she was upside down in debt. She used the 90-day challenge to eliminate debt, to overcome the pain of her divorce, and to start a side business, a side hustle that at first in the 90 days started generating $600 a month. And then she took it up to $10,000 a month, left her job, bought a home, all within 180 days. Okay. So just another example. So let's talk about secret number 1. All right. Number 1, most people have never been taught goals. And number 2, most people who've been taught goals have actually been taught improperly. In other words, in this challenge, we're going to have you start to set some goals. You've already kind of started thinking about it here, but we're going to use a scorecard for you to look at those goals every day and track your 3 actions a day. What I find really interesting is a lot of people set goals, but then they never question those goals. They don't start to ask themselves, how does that goal really feel on a day-to-day basis, right? So I'm going to give you some examples of goals, right? And then we're going to talk a little bit about the goal setting process. All right. So number 1, what's going on here? Oh, everything is a clickable. I'm just going to put them all up here, right? Because they actually went out of order. So here's some examples of happy, healthy, wealthy goals. If any of these resonate with you, type them into the chat, right? So for happy goals, because some people are like, I don't know what a happy goal is. So for a happy goal, maybe for you, you just want to start off your day and be in the zone, right? An easy strategy, create a new music playlist and dance for a couple of minutes, 2 to 3 minutes every morning. Watch what happens to your mental state when you do that, right? Here's another one. Plan your day the night before. Did you realize that when you go to bed and you've already decided what actions you're going to take the next day, your subconscious can work on that all night and it comes up with new ideas, new strategies on ways for you to achieve that? Super simple strategy. Anybody can do it, but most people aren't in the habit of doing it. except top performers, that top 4%. Maybe for you, you just want to simplify life. Maybe you've got too much going on and all those things aren't bringing you joy. So you want to start to simplify, right? Eliminate the things. Okay. So you can do that. You can upgrade your environments. You can get married. You can skydive. Just put down whatever happy goals you want, type them into the chat. We're in the process right now, by the way. We're going to do this for the next 2 weeks. Okay. 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to fine tune. We're going to craft your goals until they're authentic, until they're inspiring you, until you wake up every day and you're like, that is the right goal. All right. I'll share with you in just a minute something we discovered, and there's 14 key principles to setting the right goals for yourself. Most people have no idea what they are. One of them is the goal must be authentic to you. Write this down. It must be authentic to me. What does that mean? That means that the goal is worth trading your life for because you are. Now think about that. If the goal isn't authentic to you, if it doesn't inspire you, it's going to expire you. If it doesn't add energy to you, the goal is actually going to drain your energy. Well, guess what? If you woke up every morning and the goal wasn't inspiring, it was expiring you, does that become easy or hard? It becomes hard. Now, here's what most people do. They try to grind through it. But what if it was as simple as redesigning or recrafting the goal so that it inspired, added energy, and you didn't have to force yourself? You were drawn into that goal. Think about this. How many of you have had goals where you just naturally were drawn towards it, right? It was fun. It was easy. And the universe supported that. And yet, how many of you also had goals where it was like you felt like you had to grind, you had to push. And even if you made it, you didn't enjoy the journey. One simple example is this, a gal, and I don't remember her name. I think it was Becky or Deborah, one of those names. She said, you know what? I've had a piano in my living room for the last 3 years. Playing the piano makes me happy. But every day I get up, I get ready for work. I walk right past that piano and I begrudge the fact that I have a piano sitting in there. And I said, let me ask you a question. If you played the piano for 2 minutes before you left for work, just 2 minutes, one song, maybe 3, would you leave for work happier? She said, yeah. I go, can you get up 4 minutes earlier? She said, yeah. I go, good. Then you got an extra minute. She started doing that. And no kidding, everything at her work changed. She's like, my attitude changed. I got a promotion. Everything about my life changed because I was willing to get up 4 minutes earlier to do one thing I love. Think about that. 4 minutes, 3 minutes can change your life every day. All right. You can see the healthy goals. You can see the wealthy goals. We'll get more into this later, but most people don't know how to set happy, healthy, wealthy goals that are authentic and inspiring to them. That is the key. It has to be authentic to you. And here's the crazy thing. It may start as an inspiring goal, but 2 to 3 or 4 weeks in, it may not inspire you anymore. And there's where some of the tricky things get in. So we'll help you craft and design goals that inspire you. And if you lose your energy, we'll determine, is it that it's not the right goal, or are you coming up against one of your blocks or hurdles? Does that sound cool? If that sounds cool, type cool into the chat. So I know that you're like, okay, I'm getting this kind of concept that I have to set goals that inspire me. They're not for somebody else. They're not for my mom, my wife, my sister, my dog. The goal is 100% selfish for me. Okay, good. All right, cool. Now, you're also going to learn how to set goals at different levels. Remember I said repair and recovery down here at the bottom? That's when you're in survival mode. You have to set a certain type of goal when you're there. The goal is to get to level 2, which is foundation. You need stability, right? In your happiness, health, and wealth. If your relationships are a complete mess, guess what? You've got to stabilize the relationship or eliminate it. Right? If your health is suffering and right now you've got problems that need to be taken care of, that has to be handled. Okay. You shouldn't be worrying about biohacking if in fact, right now you've got major health things right in front of you and you can't get out of bed. All right. Now maybe you can get to there, right? You can get to mastery, but there's a process. So we want to set goals that are appropriate for where you're at and what can we accomplish in the next 90 days. Okay. And in the wealth category, if you're in debt, you're probably not going to become a billionaire in the next 90 days, but could you increase your cash flow? Could you eliminate some of your expenses? Could you add some blockchain business? 100%. We've had people turn around their finances in a very short period of time because they know what to do in the right order. Is this making sense? All right. Once you get to foundation, then you can move up to reserves. Now you have an abundance of time, energy, and resources. Then you can move up to mastery, level 4. Mastery is where you've got a great foundation, you're in reserves, and you're at the highest level of the game. Maybe you're biohacking. Maybe you're getting big into investments. Maybe you're starting impact companies and corporations, right? Maybe whatever it is. In happiness, it means you're living a values-driven life. There's nothing in your life that doesn't align with your core values, which is what we teach you in week 7. Okay. So is this making sense? Everybody see the different levels of the goals and make sure you do one that's appropriate to where you're at. And you'll go up and down, right? You're not always going to be at the same level. You're going to move up and down, but the goal and the strategy has to match where you're at and where you're going. All right. So I'm going to pass David's right now, but I'm going to dive right into this concept. Actually, I'll go back to David. So David's story, oops, it's going the wrong way. David's story is really quick. Okay. David had a corporate job, great guy. The challenge is that he had so much going on. He couldn't figure out what was important to him. He's like, I feel like today, this is the most important, high urgent impact thing. And the next day it's this thing. And the next thing is this day. Basically, David didn't run his own life. Well, if you don't run your own game of life, who's running it? Who are you giving permission to run your game? Because if it's not you, you can't blame anybody else for the results you're getting. However, if you take control back of your goals and your actions, you now own your life. And I can promise you that if you use this scorecard and you start to track what you're doing, just 3 things a day, you will win. Now, I'm not going to go deep into the scorecard tonight. We will do that in lesson 1, which for those of you watching this live, that's going to start next Monday, January 20th, 2025. Okay. If you're watching this on the recording, you want to get registered as soon as you can. I'm going to give you an opt-in link in a little bit. There is no charge to register for this challenge. The $2,500 is covered by Connect. Okay. But you do have to have a Connect wallet. And the way you'll get a Connect wallet, a crypto wallet or a blockchain wallet, sorry, is you will get it from somebody who already has one. Okay. So we're building a community of people who understand the blockchain and they're connected to it. All right. That's what we're doing here. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to use this scorecard later because there's some principles how you design the right scorecard to achieve success faster. But the key concept you have to buy into is you're willing to set your goals and track or measure your progress. All right. This is a proprietary tool. We've been using this for almost 20 years. I used to have people in the old days fax me their scorecards and I would read them. We're going to be talking about your scorecards. And I know I've got some incredible people on this call who've done tons of personal development. They can also help you with this once they get the concept. But the scorecard, I'm telling you, that one tool alone will change your life. And here's why. This whole 90 days is going to be about one thing. That's it. If you do this one thing, I will promise you that you can move from USB to HHW, from unhappy, sick, and broke to happy, healthy, wealthy. And if you're already happy, healthy, and wealthy, you will go to another level. I promise you, if you do this one thing. This is it. You ready for this? I'm going to ask each of you to type this in the chat. I want you to commit to taking 3 actions a day. 1 happy action, 1 healthy action, and 1 wealthy action. That's it. Now you can do more than that, and some of you will get that lesson, but I want you to commit to 3 actions a day, but you have to choose them the night before. Before you go to bed, you are going to choose the next day's 3 actions. Then you're going to do them or not. If you do all 3, you're going to get 3 points for the day. If you don't do all 3, let's say you do 2. Let's say that you committed to doing, whatever. Maybe you're going to do a walk on the beach for your happy, right? Just get out and get in nature. Maybe for your healthy, you're going to do 10 push-ups, right? And maybe for your wealthy, you were going to share some crypto wallets. All right. Let's say you were going to do that. Well, let's say for whatever reason, you didn't get to your crypto wallets for the day, right? Got to be late. You couldn't get a hold of anybody, whatever. That's your lesson. What is it that got in your way? Did you buy into some excuse? Did you get distracted? Did you set the wrong action for that day? This is where we start learning about ourselves. And this scorecard has so much intelligence built in. All right. So I love it. Asia says, I commit to 3 actions per day the night before. Everybody else who wants to commit to those 3 actions, type it in here because that is the key. Because here's the deal. After 90 days of 3 actions a day, that's 180 focused actions, where you're going to choose the right actions to improve your HHW, your happy, healthy, wealthy. Your life has to change. Most people are taking hundreds, if not thousands of actions to be unhappy, sick, and broke. But when you retrain your subconscious to do happy, healthy, wealthy every day and do it, plan it the night before, you will change your life. As a matter of fact, Phil Black, a dear friend of mine for many, many years, he actually performed my wedding ceremony. He played this challenge with me many, many years ago. He became my accountability partner. And we decided we were going to amp up the game. We said, not only are we going to commit to 3 actions a day and we're going to be each other's accountability partner, if either one of us doesn't do all 3, not only are we both going to get 0 points for the day, we're going to do a walk with God. What does that mean? That means that we're willing to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, no matter what time we went to bed, and both of us take a walk and talk to each other and say, all right, you kept your commitments, but I didn't. So here's the excuse I told myself. I didn't plan my day properly, right? So since I didn't plan, my day got away from me. Or I allowed distractions. Or I chose an action that there's no way I could have done it that way because I couldn't have gotten a hold of that person. They were unavailable. But you learn how to play the game. So I'll tell more about this story later, but that right there in the first week changed our life, because when you are that committed to your goals and that dreams, that you're willing to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have a conversation with yourself and God as to why you didn't do what you said you were going to do, it changes what you commit to and it changes your outlook on life. How many of you see what I'm talking about? If you had that level of accountability, that level of commitment, you could literally change anything about your life. Okay. So you get to play this game however you want. I'm going to give you some hints and suggestions. Nobody's going to watch over your shoulder, right? We've had kids play this. We've had adults play this. I've had people that were in their 80s play this game and are still playing this game and changing their life. But here's secret number 2. All right. You're either going to do life by design and you're going to win the unhappy, sick, and broke game, or you're going to do life by design and you're going to win the happy, healthy, wealthy game. The choice is yours. Okay. But it all comes down to one thing: habits. I will promise you that you will transform your habits in 4 to 9 weeks if you use the scorecard every day. I promise you. If not, here's the deal. We have a 100% money back guarantee on this game. If you don't become happier, healthier, and wealthier, and you don't like being happy, healthy, wealthy, we'll give you your old life back at no charge. We'll let you be unhappy, sick, and broke as long as you like. You just can't do it around us, because we're building a community of positive people that are going to change their lives. And then when you're in that state, together we can go change the world, right? We can't change anything outside of us if we're not willing to change the things inside of us. But it all comes down to your subconscious programming. We're going to help you redesign your thoughts and your feelings. It's not your thoughts only that are a problem. Most people have patterned a negative vibration or feeling inside. And so they think one thing, but then they feel another. And that misalignment is what happens. Do most people do what they think, or do we do what we feel? When you don't want to go to the gym, do you say, oh, I don't think I should be at the gym today? No, I don't feel like going to the gym today. We're operating at the subconscious. The feeling is what's driving the behavior. And we're going to teach you how to change that by taking these 3 actions and then teaching you some key concepts that will improve your results every single time. Okay. So here's one of the key things. I want you to release the thinking that more information is going to change your life. It's not. We're going to take action. I'm going to give you some great information to tweak your thinking and to change your feeling, but it isn't about more think, right? It's about more do and about more feel. That is the goal of this game. Okay. So school didn't help you by giving you a bunch of information. The media isn't helping you. And guess what? The success industry of personal development is only helping 4%. 96% of the people who go there within 2 to 3 weeks are right back to their old patterns. And here's the number 1 reason why. All right. All right. And you're going to learn it in this game. The game is a giant mirror. You're going to actually discover what your real habits are versus what you think they are. When you start committing to 3 actions a day, you're going to see whether you do or don't keep those actions. All right. That's the simple reality. So 2 questions that we hear over and over again. How do I stop this up and down? How do I stop this oscillating pattern, right? So that I don't keep, having success and failure. And how long does this take? Here's the good news. When you understand how to design these environments, and there's 9 of them, I will take you through these in week 5, right? But there are 9 environments that every human has. And here's what most people don't realize. Your environments are stronger than willpower. Brian figured this out pretty quickly. He was a young guy at the time. He wasn't making much money. He wasn't married. He was kind of in the friend zone with his girlfriend at the time. And he was like, dude, I can't seem to get myself to work out. I can't seem to gain weight. I'm not making any money. And I'm in the friend zone with the girl that I love. And she won't let me out of the friend zone because she's looking at me thinking, this guy's just not producing and not going to be the husband that I want. So guess what? He joins the 90-day challenge. He works out consistently. He gets over that hump, right? That stage where you almost quit. He gets over that hump. The guy starts getting ripped out. Then he sends me his W-2. He says, dude, my W-2s reflect the first 2 months of my earnings versus my last 2 months of my W-2 statements. My wealth goal was double my income. Boom, check. The guy nails it. He nails his wealth goal, and the 90 days put him on that track. It's so simple, you guys. It's just literally 3 actions a day. And we're going to show you how to design environments that are going to help you and also eliminate the ones that are holding you back. Okay. So in the past, it should say 18 years, we've had thousands of testimonials from all across the world. I'm not going to get into that because it's not as relevant right now. What's really relevant is how do we get you there faster, right? Here's the game. Set 3 goals, take 3 actions a day. All those who are committed to that, say aye, because I'm going to give you an invitation to join this game. You can sign up for the game now. You can get your Connect wallet. That's the key, right? Get it from somebody who invited you to this conversation in the first place, right? But that's it. If you'll set 3 goals and take 3 actions a day, you're going to win. You're going to create laser beam focus. You're going to reduce your stress, and you're going to start to see results literally in the first few days. I promise you. This game will change your life. All right. It's based on 3 things. We call it AAA: awareness, action, and accountability. All right. The awareness piece is you looking at the scorecard, and it's a giant lie detector. If you say you're going to do something and you don't, the only person you have to answer to is you. But we're going to help you start to understand the patterns of how people continue, not stop, but continue to set things, actions and intentions, but not achieve them. There's a pattern in there, and we're going to help you break that pattern in the first couple of weeks. All right. So we're going to raise your awareness. You're going to take daily action, and then we're going to build an environment of accountability that's fun and inspiring. It's a structured program. All right. That's why we're inviting you in now, and we want you to play this game. We've already talked about the goals. That's the first stage. We've talked about the tracker. That's the second key tool. Okay. The third piece is we want you to find an accountability partner. All right. We want you to commit to that person. We're going to teach that process. Here's the deal with accountability partners. They can't be a spouse. They can't be somebody you live with. And I'll explain why later, but you two have already created patterns and habits. You need to find somebody else. Find somebody that inspires you. Find somebody that'll tell you the truth. Find somebody that will also do the work. All right. Because this game is about you. And if you have a good accountability partner, like I had with Phil and I've had with numerous other people, you two will raise each other's game. It's that simple. Now, some people have 2 accountability partners, whatever you want to do. You can invite, by the way, if you're in Connect and you have a wallet, you can invite as many people into this challenge. I'd love to see 1,000 or 10,000 people take this 90-day challenge, because I promise you this, we will build a connected community like nobody's business. Everybody who does this is going to be out of their mind excited about the results they're producing in their life and in whatever business you're in. Okay. So we got the habit tracker or the scorecard. We've got the goals, we've got the daily actions and the accountability partner. That is the deal. For a bonus, one of the environments we're going to do is every Monday, we're going to teach you a new concept. Okay. Now these are modules, and I'm going to take you through these modules live on Mondays. It's 60 minutes long. If you can make it live, fantastic, because we'll interact. You can ask questions. I may even pull some people over. All right. But every one of these modules, starting with the bottom one, lesson 1, will build, it will stack. All right. Now, some of you may want to help other people go through these modules. Okay. If they sign up and register and they have a Connect wallet and you learn this content and you want to help them set their goals, use their scorecard and go through this, we can have that conversation. We want billions of people becoming happier, healthier, and wealthier and connecting to our blockchain projects. That's why we're doing this. That's why Connect and the rest of the brands are saying, hey, we're all in. Let's help people change their lives so that they're in a position to help us go change the world. That's the simple reality. So lesson 1 is how to play and win the game of life. It's 60 minutes long. I'll give you some key principles. Lesson 2 is goal setting and achieving. Now, you're going to start with week 1, setting your 3 goals and taking actions. But week 2, now you're going to have some wisdom. You're going to come back and go, man, this goal is really working. This one, I'm having some trouble. So I'm going to teach you those 14 principles I mentioned. Week 3 is called eliminate and simplify. We're going to look at the things in your life and environments that's actually draining you and start to systematically release those things back to the universe so you have more energy and less distraction. Week 4 is called winning the inner game. We're going to now, you've been taking these 3 actions for 4 weeks. Your subconscious is either going to have a breakthrough or you're going to experience something called the 5 hindrances: doubt, fear, anxiety, ill will, and anger. If any of those emotions pop up, that's what gets people to stop instead of move forward. We're going to teach you how to eliminate those immediately. Week 5 is the 9 environments of you. Now, the 9 environments of you is that wheel that I showed you. And when I share with you this one module, for most of the people who've come through the challenge, they say that week 4 and week 5 and week 7 were the ones that just transformed everything. They started to look at everything as an environment and ask themselves, is that environment inspiring me? Is it supporting me? Or is it actually draining me? Now, I will tell you that one of the environments is called relationships. That one, I don't want you to work on in the beginning unless it's actually abusive, okay? I will teach you some strategies later on. Relationships is the one I say leave last. And the reason is, if you start working on the other environments, you work on your finances, you work on you work on your health, sometimes the relationship environment gets better, right? Think about it. If you've been married, right, and you feel like, you feel not attractive for whatever reason, that's probably impacting your relationship, right? If you're negative at work or with your finances, that's probably impacting your relationship. When you start fixing those things, a lot of times the relationship gets better. How many of you know what I'm talking about? You've been in a relationship long enough to know that those things make an impact, right? So we'll teach you the 9 environments. Then we'll teach you how to build a foundation for success in happiness, health, and wealth that'll last a lifetime. Then week 7, we'll teach you how to discover your true core values. It's a process that I designed years ago. It's a series of questions that get you to get to the subconscious core values that you have. Every one of us has them, and nobody's are the same. All right. Week 8 is focus on law of attraction, and week 9 is awareness in action. And then we're going to do a victory lap. We're going to celebrate all the wins you've had, all the progress you made, all the breakthroughs. All right. So how does that sound for the 9 weekly training modules? Does that sound cool? Now, you can watch these live. They'll be recorded. You can go back and listen to them. I know there's people around the world that aren't going to wake up. This is going to be at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time live. So I know that people won't be able to make everyone live, but everybody who does make it, we're going to reward you with digital rewards, whether you make it live or recorded, every one of these. All right. So we're actually going to be, for the first time in history, we're not going to charge you to change your life. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to reward you. You're going to earn digital rewards, right? That may have future value. They may not, but they most likely will have future value. We're going to actually incentivize and reward you and all of your friends for taking 3 actions a day, for reporting in your scorecard, and for learning the most advanced tools and technology in the world to change your life. How cool is that? Well, we're testing this, by the way. We may never do this again. I don't know. But what I do know is that in the past, people who paid to do this challenge did extremely well. The people who paid nothing, they didn't do as well. They didn't have as much committed. I'm now going to test the 3rd key principle. I want to see if actually rewarding people with digital rewards keeps people focused. And guess what? It's going to build every week. Right? Week 1, you're going to get a certain amount. Week 2, you're going to get more. Week 3, more. Week 4, week 5, so all the way to week 10, we're going to actually give you digital rewards compounding or stacking every single week. All right. I've got a whole series of things. Matter of fact, Wright and Trace and I have talked about giving up to 10 million rewards away during this 90-day challenge. Now, think about that. 10 million rewards. All right. This could be worth a fortune for each of you in the future. I can't guarantee it will. We already gave disclaimers at the beginning, but if you start to see the vision that we do, we think that we can help shift humanity by helping enough people change their lives, and we want to track rewarding it. Okay. Track each one of you. So we're going to help you remove your mental blocks, create more focus. What else? Reach your goals faster. Okay. And, I'm not going to go through all the what it would cost, all this kind of stuff, but here's the deal. In addition to the life trainings on Mondays, Darren Kidd is going to do 9 weekly business trainings. He's going to teach you some sales and business skills that will help you improve, for those of you who are business owners, help you improve your business. All right. So the Mondays are about 60 minutes. You'll need to block that time off. Darren is going to do a 30-minute call, Zoom or our link, probably Zoom on Tuesdays. Okay. He's going to do 9 of those. So they will pair up. You'll have the life skills and you'll have the business skills. Then Wednesday, and I misspelled blockchain. I apologize for that. We have 9 weekly blockchain trainings. We have some people that have been living off of crypto for the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. They literally are off the US dollar system. They're what we call the OGs. These are the people that have been down the path longer and further than me or any of the rest of the people who haven't done this. But they have figured out a new way to do life. So we've asked them to teach some basics of blockchain, right? We want you to understand this new world of blockchain because technology, blockchain and AI is disrupting everything. So the OGs or the legends are going to teach that on Wednesdays. And then Thursdays are what we call laser coaching gems. Keep in mind, Monday, we're going to talk about your goals. We're going to talk about your scorecard. What's working? What can we improve? We're going to give you some key principles. Then on Thursdays, you're going to come back and go, how did you do? Where did you have wins? And where did you have blocks or hurdles? We're going to help you remove those. So between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you're taking these actions. Thursday, you're going to come back. You're going to share your wins, and we're going to work through your blocks or challenges. All right. The reason this works is because now you're in a new rhythm. You're in a rhythm of learning and applying, learning and applying, learning and applying every single day. And we're rewarding you for taking these actions every day to improve your life. Does this sound cool? Type it into the chat. Now, I know it's a time commitment, but here's the thing. If you don't have the time to improve your life, where are you investing that? Are you watching TV? Are you binge watching shows on Netflix? Are you spending time with people that aren't improving their life? Are you eating foods that are draining and dragging down your energy? All of that can change in a matter of a couple of weeks. I will promise you this. At the end of 90 days, you're either going to be happy, healthy, and wealthy, or you're going to have bought into your old beliefs, right? I want to encourage you. I want to incentivize you. I want to reward you for becoming happy, healthy, wealthy. Again, we've charged for thousands of dollars to this program. If you are in Connect and you have a wallet, when I say in Connect, I mean you're on our blockchain platform and you have our Connect digital wallet, then guess what? You're going to be able to join this challenge. Here's the best news. We're also going to have other stacked incentives for everybody you invite to have a Connect wallet. You're going to get 1,000 win, and so are they. You're going to get 1,000 digital rewards, and so are they. Right now, I'd love to get them in the next week. I'd love to have as many people start this live challenge as we can because I'm going to actually be leading this. I'm not having one of our coaches from one of our other companies do this. I'm doing this live, and every one of our Connect team is playing this. We love every single human that we can reach in the next week or two to join this challenge, watch this video, join this challenge, commit to 3 actions a day. And we want to incentivize every single one of you. As I said, your happiness is guaranteed. Just set 3 goals, take 3 actions, work with an accountability partner, and come to these calls. You're going to win. We'll give you all the rest of the tools. All right. So I already mentioned this. You'll earn 1,000 win rewards and be able to earn additional daily and weekly digital rewards. All right. This is what we're doing. This is where we're starting the game. We're going to give away up to 10 million, depending on how well you guys play this game, up to 10 million digital rewards to help you become happier, healthier, wealthy. So screenshot this right now. If the team can post this into the chat, that would be fantastic. All you have to do is register. All right. Thank you. Denise, hit that a couple of times so people can click on the link. All you got to do is register. I'll take you to that page in just a minute and walk you through it. You can invite anybody to join. Now, if you invite them to watch this or to just join the challenge because you're excited and you get them excited, but they don't have a Connect wallet, get them to register for the challenge, but make sure that you invite them to have a Connect wallet also. That's how we'll know. We'll compare the 2 lists and we'll go, okay, all these people who have a Connect wallet, yep, and all these people are in the challenge, cool, we're paired up, all right? We also want to keep track of who's inviting the most people into the challenge, who's creating the greatest impact. And guess what? There's likely going to be rewards for that. We're going to incentivize and reward you to help as many people change their life as they can. All right. Last few questions that typically come through here. We'll get to that in a second. Invest in yourself. You don't have to pay anything for this. Oh, so here's the 2 things. Let me re-say this. You have a decision to make. Do I want to invest in myself? Do I want to start a pathway to wealth, health, and happiness? If the answer is yes, join the challenge. We will help you take care of everything else. All right. Or wake up tomorrow, fall into the same patterns, and have the same environments. The choice is yours. All right. And I'm not saying that's bad for everybody, by the way. I know some of you have amazing environments. I have amazing environments, right? I have incredible friends. I love the businesses. I love the people we work with, all of you, right? I've crafted that and designed that over 30 years. And I've eliminated the things out of my life that don't support me or the mission that I have to impact the world, right? But it wasn't an overnight process. It took me years to do that, right? So we will help you do that. Okay, so let me walk you through registering. It's super simple. Go to challenge.connectunited.com. So challenge.connectunited.com, if we can put the link back in there, challenge.connectunited.com/opt-in. Okay, /opt-in. All right, I'm going to show you that page in a second. Then I'll come back and do the FAQs in a second. So let me go to that page, just so you all know. And I'm guessing there's probably questions that have come up. So maybe the team can, when I go into the FAQs, maybe the team can help me here. But I'm going to take you right to the opt-in page so that you can see it and know you're in the right place. Here's what it looks like. Super simple. All right. So go through, read the copy. This is what the page looks like. Transform everything. This is a happy, healthy, wealthy blockchain challenge. So we'll teach you about the blockchain and we'll teach you about happy, healthy, wealthy. You're going to improve your health, everything. You just click on claim your spot. You put your first name, last name, and email address in, and boom, you subscribe. So I'm going to do mine now. Jim Bunch, right? Am I sharing my email? I probably don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. All right, jbunch@connectunited.com. Please don't spam me. All right. And it's got some car thing on there. So I got to do that. That's fun. Who doesn't love that, right? And then verify. Okay. So it says I'm human. Then you go to the congrats page. Okay. So you're on the congrats page. And what do? Step one, you check your inbox. Right? Step two, you reflect on your goals. That's it. Just start dreaming, start believing again, right? You're going to get a scorecard to write these down. You'll get scorecards and you'll change them every week because they will change. And then mark it on your calendar because guess what? It starts January 20th at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. And we'll update this because I see an error in here, but that's 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, and it's midnight or 000 UTC. Block off that. Those are the Monday calls. We're also going to have the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 30 minutes on each of those. All right. Again, you don't have to be there live. We'll have a way to track if you do it recorded. I can tell you the live is more fun because we're going to interact. There's going to be things happen. All right. If you don't have your Connect rewards wallet yet, no worries. You can go create a rewards wallet, but the best way to do that is to actually find out whoever invited you here. They probably have a Connect wallet. Have them send you the free wallet. It's a $500 wallet, but we're giving the wallets away because you need, by the way, you need the wallet to be able to receive the rewards that we're going to give you daily, weekly, monthly, and over the whole game. Okay. You have to have that Connect wallet because that's how we transfer these digital rewards. All right. So when does it start? January 20th. Okay. Now, a lot of people say, hey, what if somebody wants to start the next day or whatever? That's fine. They'll need to watch this and they'll need to watch the lesson one. Lesson one's where we teach you how to play and win the game. I take you deeper and it's really key. We will not let people start the live challenge after the second week as a group. Okay. Now, Trace and I are talking about, how can we have the leaders running these? We'll get into that later. But the 90-day challenge that I'm leading live starts January 20th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Couples can play, business partners can play, but you cannot be paired up as accountability partners because it changes the game. I'll explain why later. If you're in a different time zone, they're recorded. Hopefully you can make them live. You picking accountability partners, that's up to you. We're not going to pair up your accountability partners. I highly recommend you have one. You don't have to, but every player who's had a good accountability partner has done well. And there's lessons inside of that. How long does the game take to play each day? All right, here's the deal. The game itself, depending on the actions you take, might take minutes or it might take hours. It depends on the actions you set. That's something you learn throughout the game. Am I overcommitting? Am I undercommitting? we will help you learn in the scorecard how to make sure that you're setting the proper goals. Okay. So I'm going to take a pause. I think we're 4 minutes over time. So which is actually about how long it took us to check in. So I think we nailed it right at about 60 minutes. I have not taken a breath. Okay. I will share more about the rewards in week 1. Okay. And when I say the digital rewards, this is the 10 million rewards. I'm going to share with you what you can earn additional rewards for. Some of you are going to have a life-changing experience depending on the future of those rewards. We can't promise that, right? We don't know what they're going to be worth, if anything. Okay. But what I can promise you, no ifs, ands, or buts. When you take 3 actions a day, your happiness, health, and wealth is going to improve, and you are going to earn some digital rewards for changing your life. Okay. So where will the replay be? We will get the replay out probably by email to everybody. So if you have a Connect wallet, you get these emails. We'll also get you information, 2 things on when you start your challenge for those who are registered. But we've also crafted some emails for those of you who want to invite other people. We've crafted emails that you can send people to watch the recording or just register and then give them the Connect wallet. Okay. There will be rewards, by the way, for the people who invite the most people into the challenge. We want to create a huge impact. We're calling this your impact score. So the ripple effect that you have by inviting people into this game is going to change their life. And then together, we're going to create massive value. That's the deal. All right. So shut the front door. I love that comment. It's one of my favorites. All right. Who's registered? Type it into the chat if you've already registered. So put I'm registered. And then I want everybody in here to type into the chat how many people you would like to help with this 90-day challenge. Just set a goal. Just set a fun goal. Maybe it's 5. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 500. All right. We're going to reward the people who not only change their lives, but help us change more people's lives. And I'll share with you why. When we have millions of people that understand how to be happier, healthier, and wealthier, that alone creates a massive ripple. But then when we introduce them to impact projects like clean energy, clean food, a new banking system, right? How to have sustainable mining, right? How to have digital healthcare on the blockchain, we've now got people who can hear it. We've got people who can take action on it. So we've invested in you and invested in them to become happier, healthier, wealthier. Now they can actually pay attention. Too many people that are unhappy, sick, and broke can't take care of their own lives. They can't go out and change the world. They haven't taken care of their foundation yet. We want to help them with their foundation. All right, so let's see what we got in here. I see Ranj is 1,000 people. Eileen, 100. I see Sam at 7. I see Gail at 10. All right, Mitu at 5. Vivian at 10. All right, Nodes Max at 30. Another 30 coming in, 25. All right, Jennifer Trinkner, 100. I know you'll do that. 200 registered, Christine says. All right, this is cool. So we're grabbing this chat. I'd be stoked if all of you invited those people into the challenge. If you need any support, we'll do our best to support it. I purposely am not telling you the rewards yet. I will tell you that next Monday live, and it's going to be stacked. I think you're going to be blown away. I think you're going to be like, oh my gosh, even if I was just playing for the rewards, I got to do this. Every time you're taking action, every time you're inviting people, every time you're playing the game, we want to reward you. This is the first time in history that we've done this, where instead of charging people thousands of dollars, we're giving them thousands of rewards. We're going to see how this goes. All right. So that's it. Team, what questions we have? I know, Allie, you've probably got a list of these questions, right?
We do. We have a few. So just for clarification, Jim, what if they can't make the live calls at Monday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time or 00 UTC?
They
Can
will
they
be
listen to the
recorded.
recording?
They'll be recorded, and they'll probably take the next day to get out. They'll be recorded, and you will have a way to verify that you watch the recording. Okay. Now, I know some people like to go back and listen to these because, like tonight, I jammed a lot in. Each of these trainings, I'm going to stack a lot of information in there. You may want to just listen to the recording over and over again all week. There's another piece too. Oh, for those of you who want to do watch parties, maybe you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people and you're in a different time zone. You could actually get the recording and set a time that works for all of you, and you can watch it together and comment live and do that. So we know some people have done that in the past, and that's a really cool way to use the recordings.
The next one is Jim, are they getting a copy of this deck that you shared tonight with the replay or just the replay only?
Yeah, if they want the deck, I have no challenge with that.
Okay. And then we are getting a lot of questions, just making sure that everybody knows how the wallet works. So they need to go into their connectunited.com account and make sure that their wallet is activated. So if they are sharing it with a friend, I believe that what you mean by that is during that setup process on your account, you just want to keep going with the wallet setup, right? Just so that everything's set up all in one swoop and you don't have to go back later. If they do go back later, they need to make sure that their wallet's activated by logging into their connectunited.com and going into my wallet to finish up that process. Is that right, Jim?
Got it. You said it better than I would have, I guarantee it.
Trying to simplify it. There's lots of steps here.
If anybody's here who doesn't know how to set up a Connect wallet, get with somebody else, probably the person who invited you to this, because they likely have a Connect wallet. They might even be a node owner. They might be mining digital rewards too, which is part of the blockchain project. So they can probably talk you through that pretty simply. I didn't know what one was, to be honest with you. Last February, I came down here to Puerto Rico. I met this, amazing team. They explained this blockchain rewards world to me. And I was like, what? So I got a wallet that day. And I also bought these node mining rewards, which are node miners, which we can talk about at a later date.
And also, just to clarify, so Steve, actually by setting up that process and using your own share link under the share tab, when you're sending that to friends and family, that will actually track everything back to you. So you want to use your own share link. Don't use a friend's share link because it will go credit towards theirs. Right, Jim? So we want to make sure that we're using our own links for this.
Yeah, and let's be crystal clear. I'm going to actually pull this up for everybody because if you're brand new, this may not make a lot of sense to you, okay? But those of you who have a Connect account and you have a Connect wallet, you probably already know how to go back into your back office and find this page. There's a little button at the top that says share, and then see this free Connect wallet, this button right here. I'm going to click this button and I'm going to copy this link. Okay. So I click this button and this link, I just press copy link. It copies it to my board. That's the link you want to share to give somebody a Connect wallet. Cause then we can see that you gave them a Connect wallet, right? Get them set up. Getting them into the challenge is separate. There isn't a tracked link for that, right? So you want to make sure that you're giving me your Connect link, and then we will look at all the registrations that just join the page that I showed you earlier, which is the game registration page. That is not a trackable link. Just so this page right here, that's the congrats page. Oops, hold on, where is it? I have two congrats pages because I already did the thing. Let me see if I can go back. Okay, so this page right here is not tracked. Okay, this page is not tracked, but if you use this free Connect wallet, give them that first, then get them into the challenge. Then you've tracked that back to you. We are going to reward people who are inviting other people into Connect and into the challenge. So I would do it.
So step one is to make sure that you've got your Connect wallet set up and sharing it with all of your friends, and then they have theirs. And step two is taking that link inside of the Zoom that we keep posting and having them register for the challenge to make sure that they're saying, hey, sign me up for this challenge. I'm going all in.
I love it. And by the way, we've got 256 people live right now. Did everybody on here register? If you all registered, we've got 250 people in the challenge. All right. If we double the amount of people that are registered for this challenge in the next 48 hours, I will build an incentive. I just thought about this right now. I will build an incentive for everybody who invited somebody if we reach 500 people in the next 48 hours. Allie, you're going to have to hold me accountable to that because I know you're down here. We're going to be in meetings.
Yep, we've already gotten notes taken.
All right. So here's the deal. Whoever invites those people in the next 48 hours. So in the next 48 hours, instead of you getting 1,000 win and they get 1,000 win, I'm going to double it. We're going to give 2,000 and 2,000 just for the next 48 hours, right? Till we reach 500 people. Okay. So I know we're going to hit more than 500, but this is part of the game. We're going to incentivize you to have fun and to earn a ton of digital rewards so that we can go out and educate people and change the world. All right.
So
Cool.
make sure you use your own share links so that you get your own credit.
Yeah, there should be nothing else we talk about for the next 48 hours other than helping people change their lives and get a Connect wallet. That's it. So yes, we will get the video as soon as it's done processing and as soon as I quit talking and we hang up. And by the way, one other piece, some of you may or may not know this, but one of my other companies in the last 5 years, which is a solar company, we've done $1 billion in revenue. I have taught this challenge every year, except this year, inside of that company. I stopped teaching it in that company and they asked me to do it again, but I'm now doing it in Connect because I think we can shift not only the energy industry, I think we can shift all these other industries. But I taught it inside that company because it created such a strong culture of everybody winning at life that our business went from 8 million to 100 million to 200 to 300 million, a total of $1 billion in revenue in 5 years. In 5 years, because people were winning at life first and then they were winning at business second. It just works. All right, Allie, anything else?
It looks like just everybody's really excited about this. They're like kicking off the new year right. So I think we've got a lot of people really stoked. So
Awesome.
make sure you've got your wallet set up and make sure you're capturing that link. We'll put this also into Discord, obviously, so you can have easy reference, and then keep a lookout in your email. So just as a reminder, you'll want to always make sure that you have the Connect United emails bookmarked so that they come right to your inbox. Those are support@connectunited.com and events@connectunited.com. Then you'll always be in the know.
Awesome. And Patricia, by the way, I didn't know Patricia was on. She says, I'm in Power. That's our solar company with thousands of salespeople and hundreds of employees. She said, I missed that, Jim. My loss, my bad. I'm in now. Thanks for all you do. This is what created a lot of the culture there. I mean, there's a lot of other things, but we're super excited to bring this to the world now. I'm super grateful to the Connect team and everybody who said, hey, let's play this game together and let's bring as many people in as we can and let's reward them. Again, first time in history. We may never do this again. I'm not sure. We'll see how it plays out. But one of our favorite sayings is the game is always on. So once we start this game, which will be actually, by the way, I forgot to mention this. The game has actually already started. All right. We're going to backdate, and Trace and I were talking about this. There's some people who've been inviting people into Connect recently. We're going to backdate and count some of those points. Right. So some of you have been sharing wallets. We're going to backdate those. We have to go back and look at some of the data and figure out what day, but the game is on. So for those of you who are inviting people into Connect, you're sharing wallets, you're giving them some crypto, keep doing it. All right. We have a matching bonus for the next 48 hours, meaning if you give people 2,000 win, I will replace that 2,000 win. We're going to double that. If you give them 1,000 win, we'll give them 1,000 win. Invite them into the challenge. We're going to crank this thing up. We want hundreds of people in the next 48 hours. Then we're going to go to thousands of people. I would love to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000 people all playing this challenge together, and wait until you see what happens. It's going to be amazing. All right. That's it, team. We'll get more questions, I'm sure. For those of you who are already a part of Connect and out there sharing these impact projects, we will meet again live tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Darren will be teaching some of the sales and business training stuff tomorrow. Of the Wednesday with the OGs, and Thursday we'll leave it as an open Q&A. This is a great day, week for all of us to get excited, start looking at your goals, start looking at the actions you want to take. Next Monday, we will kick this thing off. But right now, it's about inviting as many people in as we can. We have 2 weeks to invite people into this challenge. But if you get them in the next 48 hours, they will be at an advantage. Marius is saying, what about the cruise? I wasn't going to mention that until next Monday. But yes, there is a grand prize. One of the prizes is down here in Puerto Rico. We're working on the details at the end of March or beginning of April. Many of you will have a chance to come with us, to come meet us, and to spend time on us with what we're calling the Blockbot Cruise. It'll be down here in Puerto Rico. It's going to be amazing. I'm down here now. My wife and I just moved here. The weather is fantastic. It's going to be gorgeous. There's other